You're stranded in an ocean. No food, no water, no supplies, no nothing. It's just you and the environment and anything that you can build or create. Will you take that challenge? If the answer is yes, check out my preview of Subnautica Below Zero coming up next on Mumbles. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of On today's episode of Mumbles, I'm doing something very different, something I've never done on this channel before. Today I am doing a preview of a game. I'm not doing a review, I'm doing a preview. But this game is very good. In fact, I would go as far as to say this game is so good that I could really do a review if I wanted to. And it's for that reason that today I am reviewing Subnautica Below Zero. So what is this game, Subnautica Below Zero? Well, first off, let's talk about some specifics. Subnautica Below Zero is a game that is available for $19.99 and is created by the company Unknown Worlds Entertainment. Now, for those of you that don't know this company, they are the same creators that made the first Subnautica game. Now, I have to stress a point about this game, and I have to stress it in very bright, bold letters. This game is currently in early access. This game is currently in early access. That means that there may be glitches or maybe bugs. There's probably going to be glitches and there's probably going to be bugs. There's probably going to be things wrong with it. It's not going to have a completed gameplay experience. You'll get to a point and there'll be basically nothing else to do. But it is still available. So what is this early access game about? I'm going to read you guys the words from the creators themselves. Dive into a freezing underwater adventure on an alien planet. Set 1 year after the original Subnautica, Below Zero challenges you to survive a disaster at an alien research station on planet 4546b. Craft tools, salvage supplies, or salvage for supplies, and unravel the next chapter in the Subnautica story. What is this game in my own words? As I said, this is a survival game. Yes, there is a story. Yes, this game has a nice story to it so far. But the basic idea of this game is you're basically abandoned on this freezing world filled with water, and it's up to you to eat, sleep, and survive. That's basically what this game is. Now let's talk about the graphics, the soundtrack, and the controls. First off, the graphics in this game, as with the first Subnautica, this game has a lot of charm graphic-wise. The graphics are pretty, bright, beautiful. It literally looks like you could go down into the ocean in our own world, swim around down there, and see all the beauty that there is down there. They do such a great job on the graphics of these games, and you will notice if you played the first Subnautica that the graphics basically carry over right from that game. Soundtrack-wise, as with the first Subnautica, there's not much of a soundtrack. There is some moments where there is soundtrack, but obviously, again, early access, so this game is still in development, but at this point in development, not much of a soundtrack there, but I still won't consider it gaming elevator music because they do use the soundtrack to great effect. Control-wise, this game has basically the same exact controls as the first Subnautica. For those of you that don't know what that means, basically what that means is you use your keyboard and your mouse, and that's what you use. You have your WASD keys. You can use a controller if you want to, but you don't have to. Personally, myself, I just use the keyboard and it works great and it works fine to great effect. Now let's talk about the gameplay of this game. Much like the first Subnautica, the object of this game is to survive in the cold region of planet 4546b. To do that, you must eat, drink, and survive the monsters that are in the area. You will also have to build your own tools, your own base, and everything that you need to help you survive. Now, once you do that, there is also a story to this game. You must find out what is going on 4546b and decide, what's going on with it, and eventually, hopefully, escape from this uncharted planet. So that's basically what this gameplay is. For those of you that's seen anything at all about the first Subnautica, you're going to know exactly what kind of gameplay to expect. But I just wanted to give you guys kind of a brief overview. This is very much a survival game. Now let's talk about the cons for this game. The first con is that this game is in early access. That means that the story isn't completed, the game isn't completed, nothing about this thing is completed. So it is a work in progress, and as they work through things and, even as they update things and post things, you can expect to run into glitches and maybe even have your save files corrupt. things can happen because this is an early access game. Now, my second con is that this game very much does draw on the concept of the first Subnautica. So if you were not a fan of the first Subnautica, probably not going to be a fan of this Subnautica. Now let's talk about my overall opinion of this game. And I'm not giving it a score today because this is a preview, but I do still want to talk about my overall opinion of this game. Now, I am a lover of the first Subnautica, guys. I very much love this game. I love what they did with it. I love the ocean atmosphere of it. I love everything about it. And this game takes that game and draws on exactly what that game did. Now, I have to say that it is, again, an early access game. But that means that you can pick up this game for the price of $19.99, whereas if you wait until full launch, it may be upwards of $30, maybe $25. It's going to be a little bit more expensive at full launch. Not only that, if you pick it up now in early access, you get to kind of see everything that happens. You get to stay up to date with what's going on and stay up to date with all that stuff that's going on in this game. You know, one thing that I do have to say about Subnautica Below Zero is in the first game, you very much felt like you were alone. You crashed on an uncharted planet. You didn't have anybody to talk to. There was nothing there. In this game, they built in a story to it with other characters. It doesn't feel like you're alone all the time. That is something very new in the survival genre. I don't know if you know how revolutionary that is. To have a survival game where you still have some contact with the outside world blew my mind, and I love it. I absolutely 100% love it. Because while you're still surviving on your own, you can talk to people. You don't feel like you're 100% alone. You do feel like there is going to be some kind of outcome at the end of this game. So, with all that in mind, I have to say that I am very, very, very impressed with what is there gameplay-wise so far. I love what they've done with it. I love what they've made with it. I love everything about this Subnautica game. I think it's going to be great. Obviously, got a long way to go in development. If you're looking for a complete gameplay experience, do not pick up this game right now. It's not done. It's not ready to be done. It is in early access for a reason. I'm about 99% sure that this Subnautica game is going to be just as good as the last Subnautica game, if not better, because they know what they're doing this time. So that's my opinion on Subnautica. Will I be playing this game on the channel? I do want to play this game on the channel. I would like to do some videos on it, some gameplays on it. You know, have some fun with it. If that's something you guys want to see, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, guys, this has been my preview of Subnautica Below Zero. I want to thank you guys all so much for joining me. Please smack that subscribe button, smack that like button, and smack all those buttons. Anyways, guys, this is going to be Mumbles signing off. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.